Have you ever had this experience? You're lying in bed, and in your head, you're having the perfect conversation in English. Your grammar is perfect, your vocabulary is amazing, you sound fluent. But then someone actually talks to you in English, and your brain just stops. Why does that happen?
Oh, I know that feeling so well. It's like your mind goes completely blank, right? You know the words, you've practiced them, but suddenly they disappear. It's so frustrating. But here's the good news. There's a reason this happens, and it's not because your English is bad.
So what's really happening in that moment?
The biggest reason is pressure. When you're speaking inside your head, there's no pressure. No one is watching you. No one is waiting for your answer. You can pause for 10 seconds if you want. But in real life, someone is standing in front of you waiting, and that pressure changes everything.
That makes so much sense. So it's not about knowledge, it's about performance under pressure, right?
Exactly. Speaking is a performance skill. It's like playing football. You might know all the rules, but playing in a real match feels different than practicing alone.
That's such a good comparison. So if pressure is one reason, what's another reason people freeze?
The second big reason is the gap between passive knowledge and active production.
Okay, explain that in simple terms.
Sure, passive knowledge means you understand English when you hear it or read it. Active production means you can produce it yourself, quickly, naturally, in real time. Many learners understand way more than they can say.
Oh, wow. So someone might understand 90% of a movie but struggle to describe it?
Exactly. Inside their head, they understand everything, but when they try to speak, their brain has to search for words, build sentences, check grammar, and pronounce everything correctly all at the same time.
That's a lot to juggle.
It really is. And when your brain is overloaded, it slows down.
That explains why after the conversation ends, suddenly everything comes back to you.
Yes, because the pressure is gone. Your brain relaxes. It's not racing anymore.
So pressure and passive versus active knowledge. Is there a third reason?
Yes, fear of making mistakes.
Ah, the big one.
The biggest one. Many learners want to speak perfectly. They don't want to make grammar mistakes. They don't want to mispronounce words. They don't want to sound bad.
But that mindset actually blocks fluency, right?
Completely. When you focus too much on being perfect, you stop being natural. You hesitate, you overthink, and overthinking kills fluency.
So how do we fix this? Because knowing the problem is one thing, fixing it is another.
Great question. Let's start with something simple. Speak out loud every single day.
Even if you're alone?
Especially if you're alone. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing. For example, I'm making coffee. I need to check my phone. I think I'll go for a walk later. It doesn't have to be fancy.
So the goal is to train your mouth, not just your brain.
Exactly. Thinking in English is not enough. Your mouth needs practice too.
That sounds simple but powerful.
It is powerful, and there's zero pressure because you're alone.
What's another strategy?
Preloading.
Preloading? That sounds technical.
It's actually simple. Before a situation where you'll speak English, like a meeting or a social event, think about possible questions and practice your answers out loud.
So basically warm up before speaking.
Yes, athletes warm up before a game. Speakers should warm up before conversations.
That makes so much sense. What about translating in your head? Is that a problem?
Huge problem. When you think in your native language and then translate into English, you create a delay.
Like traffic in your brain.
Exactly. It slows everything down. Instead, try to think directly in English, even simple English.
But that takes time, right?
Yes, it doesn't happen overnight, but the more you listen, read, and speak in English, the easier it becomes.
Okay, I have another question. What about vocabulary? Sometimes people know words, but they don't come out naturally.
That's because they learn single words instead of phrases.
So what's better?
Learn chunks. For example, instead of learning the word mind, learn I don't mind or do you mind if? That way you don't have to build the sentence from zero.
That's so smart. It's faster.
Exactly. Fluent speakers think in phrases, not individual words.
Let's talk about confidence. How can someone feel more confident speaking English?
Confidence comes from action. The more you speak, the more confident you become, not the other way around.
So don't wait to feel confident before speaking.
No, speak first. Confidence follows.
That's powerful. What about recording yourself? Is that helpful?
Very helpful. Record yourself answering simple questions, then listen back.
But most people hate hearing their own voice.
That's true, but it helps you notice where you pause, where you hesitate, and which words you struggle with.
So it's like self-feedback.
Exactly, and you'll notice improvement over time.
Let's do something practical. I'll ask you a simple question. What did you do last weekend?
Last weekend, I spent time with my family. We had dinner together and I watched a movie on Sunday night. It was relaxing.
That was smooth. How can listeners practice answering questions like that?
Pick one question per day. Answer it out loud for 1 or 2 minutes. That's it.
What kind of questions?
Simple ones. What's your favorite food? What are your goals this year? Describe your hometown. Talk about your job or school.
And don't worry about mistakes.
Exactly. Mistakes are stepping stones.
I love that phrase.
Because it's true. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes.
Even native speakers make mistakes.
All the time. We forget words, we change sentences halfway, we say and it's normal.
So perfection is not the goal. Communication is the goal.
Yes, if the other person understands you, you succeeded.
What's one mindset shift learners need?
Stop judging yourself while speaking. You can evaluate later, but during conversation, just communicate.
That's a big one.
It changes everything.
So let's summarize. Why do people speak better in their head than out loud?
3 main reasons: pressure, the passive-active gap, and fear of mistakes.
And how do we fix it?
Speak out loud daily. Preload before conversations. Stop translating. Learn phrases, record yourself, and practice consistently.
If someone feels stuck right now, what would you say to them?
I would say this. The fact that you can speak fluently in your head means you already know more English than you think.
That's encouraging.
The knowledge is inside you. You just need to build a stronger bridge between your brain and your mouth.
And how do you build that bridge?
By speaking again and again and again.
Even when it feels uncomfortable?
Especially when it feels uncomfortable. Growth happens outside your comfort zone.
That's such a powerful message.
And remember, fluency is not about speaking perfectly. It's about expressing your ideas clearly and naturally.
Final question. Can anyone become fluent?
Yes, with consistent practice, patience, and the right mindset, anyone can improve dramatically.
I love that. So if you're listening right now, don't be discouraged. Your mind doesn't go blank because you're bad at English. It goes blank because your brain is under pressure, and that's something you can train.
Exactly. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and most importantly, be kind to yourself during the process.
That's a great note to end on.
It really is.
All right, that's it for today's conversation. Keep talking, keep practicing, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.